Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're taking a look at my friend Cody's squat videos that he sent in for us to take a look at. Overall, I just want to give some background to Cody. He's a super strong lifter. I expect him to be very technically proficient. So Cody, if you're listening to this, cut me some slack because I probably have to nitpick a little bit to find some potential flaws, but nonetheless we've always got something to work on. So the first thing that I notice here is probably your walkout. You get a little bit of happy feet. Most ideally I would like to see a 3 or maybe 2-step walkout, one of those two. I personally do a 3-step walkout, and what that does is it minimizes the time that the bar is on your back for you to fatigue before you get the start command for the squat. So if we're watching here in slow motion, you get 2, 3 steps, 4, 5, and then a little pivot, another pivot. See, all of that is extra movement that a referee in a powerlifting meet will be waiting for you to stabilize before they give you the start command. And ultimately, it's a little bit of excess expenditure of energy there. Next, it looks like you're doing a beltless set here. And you breathe into your stomach pretty well. So that's a solid brace. We're going to come back to that for the next set that you kind of sent to me. As far as your descent, depth, everything looks solid. Looks like you're distributing force across the floor very well. You didn't have much like folding over, which that's going to bring me to the next set we can see here. So keep that in mind. You corrected all of those issues, or you didn't have any of those issues without the belt. Now, this might be a heavier set. I can't quite tell. But with the belt, notice how your brace goes mostly into your shoulders rather than into your stomach like you did the last set. And, you know, it's a little bit of the pot calling the kettle black because I struggle with this myself, the extra shoulder movement. But with you, it seems to me like maybe you have the belt a little bit too tight. And what that does is it limits how much you can breathe into your stomach. And then on the descent, watch as you hit the hole. I've got this slowed down a whole lot, but you'll see descent's good. But on the way back up, you get ever so slightly folded over. And you have to work your hips back through. I think that folding is partially due to your belt constricting you. And it's almost like cinching you off at where your belt is because you can't fully brace. And as the set continues, the folding gets a little bit worse and worse. So my number one thing I would play with for you, and it's preference for everyone, but play with your belt tightness, because the more you can breathe into your stomach and make your torso wider, the more you can resist that folding sensation, and that's especially going to pay some dividends for you on your more maximal attempts. I think this set was probably on the easy side of things, so it didn't ultimately bother you that you were folding over like this. And notice it's ever so slight, but you get a little bit of a tilt. Otherwise, everything looks pretty great. Your knees track well. They do have that tendency to want to cave in, but I think that stems from you getting a little bit bent over and needing to use your hamstrings and back a little bit more. So potentially by fixing the bracing issue, you could solve the knees wanting to cave in, but you resist that well. You stay on your feet well. Overall, very solid squatting. So hopefully that helps. Thank you all for watching. Let me know down below, like, do you wear your belt super tight? I know I used to, and then whenever I made the switch to loosen it up a little bit for bracing, it made a world of difference. So overall, great squatting, Cody. And until next time, everybody, happy lifting.